Hello all. All right. Very busy week is now over being busy. I got my first COVID shot. I'm perfectly fine. There's no side effects at all. But there is a side effect, isn't there? Yeah, you know, I have a really bad back. And this time of the year, about April, it likes to go out, or it gives me hints of going out right now, about this time of the year. It was sort of bothering me yesterday a lot. I got the COVID. By the evening, my back wasn't hurting, and my back hasn't been hurting since. In fact, it actually feels better than it's felt in years. I don't know if that's a side effect of the COVID, or if it's of the COVID vaccine, I should say, or what. When I got the shot, I got it in the right arm, and about an hour later, the left arm was feeling it. In fact, right now, my left arm shoulder is more sore than the right shoulder, which has got no soreness at all. Perfectly good on energy level, and I feel fine. Very glad. I was really kind of worried about that. But the COVID shot isn't what we're about today. Let's talk about wind farms. Now, Environmental Coffeehouse, she talked about wind farms not too long ago on her site. Excellent show. And she brought up the subject of wind farms. The reason I'm bringing that up is because Biden is pushing a massive 84 turbine offshore windmill about 20 miles out of, well, between 20 and 12 miles offshore. This wind farm, it's supposed to power all Massachusetts southern end. That's about 400,000 households will be on renewable energy. So, what's my problem with wind farms? I really don't have much trouble with wind farms. Let me tell you why. Because wind farms have such a small footprint on the ground. They either float in the water or they just sit on land. And once they're gone, you know, a quick little reconstruction in the place would look like it did before the wind farm. It's probably one of the best renewables we have. The only problem with it, of course, is the windmill blades themselves. They're usually made of some synthetic fiberglass type material and can't be recycled. So they're either burning them or they're burying them. That could be switched over to aluminum. One of the main ingredients of the planet Earth is aluminum. So there's plenty of aluminum to make plenty of blade. And once their life cycle is over, you just recycle them into something else. More wind turbine blades. At this time, that's the only thing I thought of was the blades that are being made. So let's go up here and continue on. Unfortunately, there's some new information out, another new study, and unfortunately they have found some extremely unfortunate news, and it might be why the climate models are slightly off. New data shows humans have degraded or destroyed 2/3 of all the world's rainforest. What's to be the blame for it? Logging, number one. Farming, number two. Farming for beef cattle. It's really a destroyer of the rainforest. That's a 34% of all the tropical old growth has now been destroyed for this purpose, farming for meat. Unfortunately, the old growth trees are the ones that take up a lot of the CO2. And if you keep destroying your old growth trees, even if you were to plant a whole bunch of new ones, they wouldn't really start taking up a lot of CO2 for 20 or 30 years. But you want to start as soon as possible. And in Brazil, one of the biggest tropical rainforests left, has seen its worst year in 12 years of rainforest destruction because of Bolsonaro, their president. He doesn't believe in climate change and doesn't believe in leaving anything unchanged, like leaving it natural. He doesn't believe in that. He wants all for humans. Let's look at the 2019 deforestation chart right here. You can see that Brazil is obviously the biggest destroyer of rainforests on the planet Earth. I tell you, not having a sore back. Uh-oh. Hang on a minute. I got you.
Thanks, sir.
You too. Even though it's 49 degrees, somewhat cloudy, people are still out. I don't know why. Alright, let's go to our last bit of information. And that is with the sea ice extent. Here's what it looks like now. The site has been updated, and this is the true sea ice extent history. As you can see, what they thought was a mistake looks more like a reality. We are seeing a large decrease in sea ice in the middle of the winter here on the northern hemisphere. So that kind of tells you something right there, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess so. It's very rare to have one's back not hurt. And when it doesn't hurt, the rare times that it doesn't, you tend to relax and relax and relax, and then suddenly, there goes your back. Because when you're hurting, you tend to be stiffer. For me, that seems to keep the back more in check from when it feels like it feels now, which is excellent. But I'm going to take a bunch of time lapse on the clouds that we're having. Should look kind of interesting. I definitely do appreciate everybody's ups and downs, new subscribers, comments, whatever you want to do with the channel. And until next time.